So now, after you've done your body paragraph, you've done your introduction, and then lastly the concluding paragraph. So the concluding paragraph is basically the last paragraph in your essay. So it does not introduce any new points. It just concludes what you have talked about in your essay. So firstly, you must restate your thesis statement. So this is only done in one sentence. For example, all in all, the action of introducing financial management course in universities will help students to save more money, as it would help boost their country's economy and provide future generations with an economically stable nation. So you just state back your thesis statement, and then you give hope, suggestion, or call of action. For example, it is hoped that the students would take part in such course to help build a country that is stable financially, politically, and economically. Yeah, so this is a hope. It says it is hope that. So and lastly, the closing statement. You just one sentence only. You can either use a quote or proverb. So for example, of quote is, as Lalia Gifty once said, everything is an excess of money, except therefore it should be well managed. Or proverb, as the common saying goes, money does not grow on a tree. So yeah, that's basically the closing statement. So you, ending with a strong closing statement could leave a lasting impression on the readers. Yeah, so that's why we have closing statement. So what are the types of essay? So let's look at the types of essay. So you have discursive essay. So discursive essay is an opinion. It's written to express author's opinion. So it must be neutral, cannot be biased. So you either give 2 point support, 1 point oppose, or 1 point support and 2 point oppose. So this is the thesis statement formula you can use. It's just the same as we discussed, except for the main points, they are different. Okay, so for example, these are the example of the questions. You can trace the type of essay. So usually it will say is the discursive essay is like not argumentative or problem solution. You will understand it later. So for example, um, first is important to choose a career based on passion rather than money. Firstly, you pick if you pick important to choose based on passion. So pick which to support. So you choose that it's important to choose based on passion, right? So you make 2 points that is based on passion and 1 point based on money. So as you can see here, they give 2 points of passion and 1 point that supports money. And then the format is just, I believe that it's crucial to emphasize on passion when choosing one's career, to show interest on all the tasks given by the employers and to enhance the skills. But choosing a job based on salary is equally important to accommodate the current cost of living. So as you can see, there are 2 support and one oppose. Like so, it's to keep the essay neutral. Yeah, okay. So for the next type of essay is argumentative essay. So you either agree or disagree. So this is the difference between argumentative and discursive. So for discursive, you give two, you be neutral, but for argumentative, you agree or disagree. So you either give 3 supporting points or 3 opposing points. So for inside your thesis statement, make sure you write I strongly agree or strongly disagree. Yeah, and give 3 reasons of your support of your argument. So for example of the topics, you can see do you agree that financial management course should be introduced or children should not be allowed. So this is how you can know that the question wants you to write argumentative essay. So some of the examples of argumentative essay. So first you pick a stance. So for example, I strongly agree that financial management courses should be introduced. So why? Why? So 3 points. So to save more money efficiently, to boost the country's economy and provide future generations with a more stable and better future. And then the thesis statement, you must clearly state that you strongly agree, or else it won't be an argumentative essay, and you won't persuade the readers that you agree with it. Okay, and then lastly, the problem solution essay. So the problem solution essay is probably like the most easiest one, since you just provide three solutions to the question. So for example, to trace the question, you will find how to reduce blah blah blah. Possible solutions are something something. Okay, so for example, the topic, what can we do to ease traffic jams? Write an essay suggesting solutions to this issue. So you just give three solutions, and the thesis statement will just be stating your three solutions. Yeah. Okay, so now what are the tips for writing, extended writing? So you just read the questions very carefully. You determine the type of essay based on the question. Like you trace the keywords. Like for example, the argumentative, like they will ask you to, do you agree? Do you disagree? And then for the problem solution, they will ask like give solutions to this problem. And then discursive is just none of argumentative or problem solution. Yeah. So basically you determine if it's an argumentative or problem solution, and if it's none of those, then it has to be discursive. So and then you write a simple outline to ensure that your flow of arguments is okay, to avoid repetition in your points. And then use transitional markers, which is just sentence connectors. And then you make sure that you follow your time, make sure you don't go too overboard. Yeah. Okay, so let's um, have some bit of exercise. So, okay, what is the type of essay here? So, sports help develop good character. Write an essay expressing your viewpoint on the topic. So, what do you think this is? Okay, so it's a discursive essay since it's not argumentative and it's not problem solution, so it has to be discursive. Okay, so next. Okay, what's this? The main reason for students not continuing their studies is that they want to start earning a living without tertiary level qualifications. Write an essay in at least 200 words on this issue and suggest possible solution. So it's obvious that it's a problem solution type of essay that you have to do. So you have to provide 3 points of solution about this essay. Yeah, about the question. Yeah. Okay, so lastly, what's this? Children should be given more freedom to make their own decision. So do you agree with this statement? Yeah, so this is kind of obvious already. So this is an argumentative type of essay. So yeah, do you agree with this statement? So you know that it's argumentative, you have to either agree or disagree. So that's all from me. So I hope you understand about extended writing now, and I wish you the best for your MUET exam, and make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification to make sure you don't miss about MUET tips so that you can ace your MUET. So that's all from me. Thank you and have a nice day.